Hey everybody, it is Radley Valentine here with your energetic weather report for October 29th through November 4th. Now, just saying that gets me all giddy on a couple of reasons. First of all, it gets me giddy because it's the week of Halloween. Boo, I love Halloween. So I'm excited about that. Number two, I'm excited because it's going to be November and that's just sliding into the holidays. And God, I know I love that. But number three, the main reason that I'm excited about this week is that it is the drop date for my new deck with Dougal Fraser, Angels and Auras Oracle cards. I'm so excited about this deck. I cannot wait for you guys to have it in your hands, and that is going to happen this week. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. Now, first, we have our energetic weather report. Now, that is 3 cards that I've pulled from Angels and Auras Oracle cards to give you a summation of the kinds of energies that are going to be happening during this particular week. But I also have 4 cards pulled from the major arcana of Angel Tarot cards and Archangel Power Tarot cards, 2 other decks right there that I have. And because there are archangels on every card. So this is a way for you to pick an archangel that you should be working with this week, and I'll tell you who they are and why. But it's an intuitive experience, so you have to choose. Do you feel called to card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, or card number 4? All right. So I'm going to let you ponder that. But first, we have our energetic weather report. So the first card that we have is card number 41. It's called Time to Go. And this card basically shows 2 suitcases sitting at an open door. You can't quite see it in the image if you're watching this on YouTube, but the card, the house number on the door is number 44. Angels are with you. There is also on the stand by the door a passport. So the card says time to go, and it talks about transformation. It talks about completion. It talks about confirmation, and that it's time for an exit. 41, the number 4 plus 1 is a number that talks about change. It's 4 plus 1 is 5, and 5 is change. This card is all coming together to say it's time for something to change. It can be an ending that we're excited about, or maybe one that we're not so excited about, but still will do us a lot of good. It's a time of transformation. It's a time to pack our emotional baggage and get out the door with it. But it's also to take all of our experiences with us if we are going on a journey. I'm going to skip card number 2, and I'll come back to it in a minute. Card number 3 is card Jophiel. Now, this is also a 5. It's card number 5. So once again, that energy is still there. This card talks about compassion, self-care, simplification, and beauty. So as we make these transformations and these changes and whatever exits we're supposed to be doing, it's about self-care. It's about taking care of ourselves and loving ourselves and staying positive in all ways and being in a place of allowance and receiving. In this card, we have Archangel Jophiel and all of her fuchsia beauty with her hands raised up, ready to receive. There are notes that she has written all around her that say, I can, I matter, I am loved, I am enough. All of the things that we need to be feeling about ourselves when we go into a time of transformation and change. Card number 2. Now, I skipped it for a reason. This is a card that we have seen before, not in the not too distant future, just a couple of weeks ago. It is also, the card is inverted. In Angels and Auras Oracle cards, Dougal and I created the deck so that there could be cards that are inverted or upside down, or in traditional tarot, they call it reversed. That means that the card has a different meaning when it is inverted or reversed. And so this is a card that we've seen in the last couple of weeks, and we saw it inverted too. So it's in the same position, and it was card number 2 back then too. So it's in the center of things right now. And the card is focus on your health, but the card is inverted. And so it means neglect, as in self-neglect, feeling lethargic, being in melancholy, struggling or suffering from too much excess of something that is not good for us. So even as we go into this time of transformation and change, we're trying to stay positive. We're not taking care of our health in some fundamental way, in some fundamental element. We're not doing what we need to be doing to take care of our physicalness, our physical bodies, the corporeal element that carries us around with love and devotion to our life purpose. But we're not giving that same care back. And this card is here. It's here again. It's in the same position. It is saying we did not get the memo when we got this reading 2 or 3 weeks ago. It is still about our physical health, and we need to be taking care of that. Let's see what archangels might be helping us with this week's message. The first card we have is the Hermit with Archangel Raziel again. So we have seen Raziel over the last couple of months just over and over and over. He is really present. Archangel Raziel comes in this beautiful rainbow colored prism of colors, and Raziel is said to sit at the feet of God and writing down all the secrets. He's a great God from great archangel for manifesting, and can help us to understand the aspects of our lives that we don't actually understand. Next up, we have Jophiel. That's great because we had Jophiel before in the energetic weather report. Jophiel is the archangel of beauty. She helps us to keep our thoughts positive. Remember, I can, I matter, I am loved, I am enough. So she keeps us in a positive space. Another archangel that has come up several times over the last 6 weeks or so is Zadkiel. Zadkiel is the archangel of memory. So if one of the things that we're challenged with is remembering that we are supposed to be taking care of ourselves, Zadkiel can keep that in the forefront of our minds. Zadkiel is also the archangel of forgiveness. So if there's something that we need to do to take care of ourselves from a self-forgiveness standpoint, he can help with that. Are you eating your feelings? Guilty. But for me anyway, but it's like we need to not be doing that. And Zadkiel can help us with the forgiveness. And finally, we have a favorite of mine, Archangel Shamuel, the archangel of personal peace. If we need some peace in our lives while we go through this change, while we make sure that we stay in a very positive space, and while we fix our bad habits about our physical health, then Shamuel can bring us that personal peace. One last time, you can still pre-order Angels and Auras Oracle cards. As long as you do it by 10/31, we have lots of free stuff for you that Dougal and I created together. But 10/31 is the drop date, so you got to do it by 10/31. If you've pre-ordered it, you can go to aaoracle.com and get your free gifts. Or if you just want to see what those free gifts are, then go to aaoracle.com and you can see what all the good stuff is that you're going to get. And in the same time, by ordering it, you get it. Angels and Auras Oracle cards. It's been years in the making, folks. Super glad it's finally here. For those of you who celebrate, happy Halloween, and I will see you again next week.